hindi po ako hindi po ako aware o competent para sagutin po yung ganon. Kasi ang sa akin naman ho, ang naging role ko lang yung nung nag-volunteer ako na samahan si former President Muta ICC.
Lahat tayo hindi alam ang dahilan kung bakit nung araw na yon kinailangan talaga isakay at dalhin sa Hague kahit may sakit, kahit may karapatan pumunta sa husgadong Pilipino, kahit hindi pa nakikita ang pamilya, ang doktor, ang abogadong pili. Talagang kinakailangan dalhin na talaga sa The Hague.
Ambassador Lacanilaw, I find your answers very misleading eh. Kanina pa, yung sinasabi mo na hindi mo alam na hindi pala siya dinala sa competent court, competent judicial authority. Hindi mo alam. Hanggang ngayon, hindi mo pa rin alam. I'm giving you a chance.
Opo, kung ano po yung Mr. Senator, kung ano po yung nabanggit ko kanina, yun po.
Nandoon ka the whole time, galing sa tube hanggang doon sa Villamor. Nandoon ka. Hindi mo rin alam, hindi mo pa rin alam na hindi siya dinala sa judicial authority.
Yes, Mr. Senator.
Hindi mo alam.
Yes, Mr. Senator.
So you're lying. You're lying. Madam Chair, I move to set in contempt Ambassador Lacanilaw.
Last chance, hindi mo alam if nilabas sa Villamor si PRRD? Hindi mo alam?
Hindi po, Madam Chair.
Okay, there's a motion to cite you in contempt. I have to affirm. There being no contrary motion, we uphold the motion to cite Ambassador Marcos Lacanilaw in contempt.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'm giving you the chance already kanina. Sabi ko nga, ayaw namin gamitin yung power to contempt dito, to cite in contempt, pero halata na nagsinungaling ka.
Nasa dokumento harap-harapan na po. Mahirap naman yung ganito, konting respeto po.
Again, may I clarify again, please? Ma'am, it's an extradition form. That's why the questions are answerable by another jurisdiction, but not our jurisdiction. So it's very hard to answer something that works in a different manner.
Hindi nga, sir, ang tinatanong namin sa kanya is kung nandun mo siya the whole time, hindi mo niya, alam niya na hindi dinala si President Duterte sa isang competent court. Tapos sabihin niya, hindi niya alam.
Kaya ho nag-suffice.
Siya nga nagsabi na siya nag-oversee sa operation. Tapos hindi niya alam na kung dinala o hindi.
I hope we can reconsider the contempt citing because, sir, kaya ho nag-suffice a certification of
Kanina pa
Prosecutor
kami
General.
nagre-reconsider, Secretary Boying. at
Pero
saka
kaya ho
kailangan
nag-suffice
po namin.
sa ICC, kaya tinanggap nila yung certification po ng DOJ is because under their system of government, under the system of the ICC, ang prosecutor is competent judicial authority. That's why it's very foreign to Ambassador Lacanilaw. Hindi naman ho madaling malaman yan until ho pinaliwanag yan ni Justice Ascuna sa atin.
Ay,
hindi magkaiba po talaga ang pagtingin.
Hindi naman kailangan maliwanagan national. Sabi naman national ang liwanag naman po nun. Balikan na lang natin si General Torre. General Torre, ano ba talaga yung dahilan kung bakit nagmamadali? Sinabi mo na hindi naman
Madam Chair, you have ruled already the citing in contempt. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Madam Chair, if
Yes,
you may...
the ambassador is cited in contempt. I'm sorry. Yes, General Torre, please, we'd like you to be a little bit more forthright and straightforward. What was the real reason for the rush? You yourself said this was an arrest with a warrant. Therefore, no reglementary period as articulated by Article 125 applies. Bakit kayo nagmamadali? Eto nga, may sakit yung tao.
Ma'am, I don't have that impression na nagmamadali ako. I waited for 12 hours. I worked for 12 hours to make sure that he boards on the plane. Yung purpose namin is to bring him to the plane because that's the order. That's my order and that's my mission. So,
Who gave you the order?
Sir,
Who gave you the order?
the Chief of the Philippine National Police, sir.
The Chief PNP. You are giving orders to the CIDG. Who gave you that order?
Sir, I'll invoke my executive privilege.
Bakit executive privilege po? Paano naging executive privilege po? Nangyari na, tapos na eh. Sino nag-order
Ano ho yung tanong, ma'am?
po?
Can I know the question? Kasi, before we continue, ma'am, I'd like to ask for the consideration of the body because can we have a 2 minutes break so I can just whisper to you?
I'll give you the break very, very shortly, but in the meantime, can we just finish with Senator Bato's query? Oo, tapusin lang po natin, tapos mag-break po tayo. Okay, si Senator Bato, please. May tinatanong yata siya kay Chief PNP. At ito ay may kinalaman sa chain of command lang naman. Pakaliwanag. Sinabi na naman ni DOJ.
That's
kanina-
executive privilege po. Basta usapan na po within the executive department. Hindi na ho namin pwedeng ilabas dito. I think those matters are matter of executive privilege.
Maliwanag
The decision-making process of the executive department, especially on the top level, kasama na po kami, ay executive privilege. But I have gone as far as saying, I gave the clearance.
Clearance, but not the order.
Well, it can be interpreted both ways, sir.
Well, klaruhin natin, sir. You gave the order or you gave the clearance
I gave the clearance to the SILG.
to the SILG?
Yes.
So meaning the SILG was the one who gave the orders to the Chief PNP?
Well, that's why we are citing executive privilege, because we do not want to be drawn into this long discussion.
Yes, I'm sorry it's so long, but it's also because certain witnesses have been so evasive. Arresting the president or the former president is not the quintessential and non-delegable power of the president, di ba? Yun ang maliwanag sa Senate versus Ermita. Wala namang information that's not available elsewhere. Kasi pinag-usapan na ni General Torre na nautusan siya ni Chief PNP. So, ano yung problema sa executive privilege dito? Hindi naman kayo military o diplomatic corps, hindi naman diplomatic communications to ng Pilipinas at ICC. Wala naman kaming tinatanong sa ganon. Bakit hindi masagot yan? Maliwarag naman po yung Supreme Court at may limitasyon naman yung executive privilege. Tinatanong lang, sino nag-utos? Paano ba?
Ano ho kasi, decision-making process po ng executive department ay mahirap pong ilabas lahat ng nangyayari. Ito yung purpose of executive privilege. That's the purpose, that's the reason why this doctrine was ruled, was drawn by the Supreme Court in the different cases. Kasi
Yes,
ano
that's
ito
right.
ang internal deliberations po ng cabinet at top level leadership ay hindi po talaga pinag-uusapan. I think that we should give it to each other. Yung caucus po na Senate, hindi po pinag-uusapan yan. I was once as chief of staff, I witnessed a caucus of the senators, but I never spoke about it in my whole life because that is the way it works.
In Senate
Kasi kung meron po naging
Secretary Remulla, in Senate versus Ermita, it's very clear that General Torre is not covered by the claim of executive privilege. Arresting a person is not a quintessential and non-delegable power of the president. It's very clear. He's not a cabinet member. He's not even the chief PNP. And it's not like this information isn't available elsewhere.
And if it's available elsewhere, then we do not need the answer from him, Madam Senator.
We will let it go. Partida na lang. Marami tayong linggo na binigay ito. Pero sana mabigyan ninyo kami ng konting linaw kung bakit nagmamadali tayo ilabas ang dating Pangulo.
Madam Chair, ang sa akin lang ito, gusto ko bigyan ng DN is not really on the arrest.
Yes.
Yung pagbiyahe talaga, yung pagsakay ng eroplano, dinala sa dahig. Okay lang, arrestuhin nyo. Dalhin ninyo sa competent court. isurrender nyo sa RTC. Ipakulong ninyo dyan sa krami. Pero yung dinala, sinakay kaagad sa aeroplano, very much premeditated na plano. Kaya gusto namin malaman kung sino nagbigay ng order. Yun lang naman ang gusto nyo malaman ng committee na ito.
Again, it's covered by executive privilege, sir. I'm sorry.
Even with General Torre?
Well, it will go up to our level already.
General Torre, and then
It will go up to our level already, ma'am. These are internal deliberations which do not have to be discussed in the open. Which should not be discussed in the open at all.
Yung executive session?
I do not believe in executive sessions, sir, because
Yes.
I've experienced it here and in the House. Habang nag-executive session, may lumalabas na hong information, kaya wag na lang po.
But you requested for a 2-minute suspension. We hereby
Yes, yes.
suspend
Please,
for
please.
2 minutes for biological and other matters the hearing. Senator Ronald Bato de la Rosa.
There is an issue about executive privilege.
Yes.
According to this committee, only cabinet level ang merong executive privilege. But according to the Secretary of Justice, covered daw na executive privilege, pati yung Chief PNP. Andito man si Justice Ascuna. Pwede bang malaman, sir, yung opinion mo tungkol dito? About executive privilege? Kung sino ang covered? Up to what level yung covered ng executive privilege? Kasi baka mamaya, yung patrolman na imbestigahan namin dito next time, hihingi ng executive privilege. So gusto ko lang sana kung meron kang may ma-share sa amin na opinion, sir, as to this matter. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Yes, you recognize Justice Ascuna. We need your help.
Your Honors, when we were drafting the Constitution, present Constitution, we were thinking of adopting some portions of a parliamentary system, like the question hour, so that the members of the cabinet will be obliged to answer questions before committees of Congress. But we could not agree on the specifics. I think, but there is some element of the parliamentary system that we're able to introduce. But we also acknowledge, because we follow the presidential system, executive privilege. So we have a question hour. You can oblige members of the cabinet to appear before you, but they can also claim executive privilege. Now, whether sub-cabinet levels can invoke the privilege, I think they can if they do so as representatives of their cabinet members. In other words, what you cannot do directly, you cannot do indirectly. So if you cannot question the cabinet member, you cannot get the answer by questioning his undersecretary, in my view. So it depends whether or not the question really is something that pertains to the work, sensitive work of the cabinet member.
Thank you, sir.
To your mind, sir, the orders to the Chief PNP, therefore, are executive privilege. Is that correct?
They partake of functions that pertain to national security, so they might be subject to privilege. It is, I think, in case of doubt, we should decide in favor of the privilege because of the because of the presidential system that we have. So the parliamentary elements are an exception So in case of doubt, you decide in favor of the rule against the exception.
That's right. Thank you, Honorable Ascuna. And perhaps we go to another topic, and that is that as important as the details of the actual arrest of PRRD are the events which took place prior to this. Firstly, the Quadcom hearings, the arrival of the ICC personnel in the country, the Senate Blue Ribbon Committee hearing, the DOJ task force and case buildup. Let's tackle them in chronological order. The Quadcom started in August, and among the most important witnesses discovered by the Quadcom were those testimonies of Reina Garma and Leonardo. Is that right? That became a pivotal prosecutor. Would you like to say an opinion?
Yes.
Mahalaga po yun, yung dalawa, no?
Yes. Again, good afternoon, Madam Chair.
Yes,
Yes, you
po.
are correct, Madam Chair, in pointing out that Reina Garma was one of those witnesses called in the Quadcom committee hearing, and her testimony in that Quadcom committee was one of the more important highlights of the investigation. There were other witnesses who were called, I believe.
I think the Leonardo testimony was also very crucial.
That is correct, Madam Chair.
And they identified an individual called Muking Peter Parungo, among others. Is that correct? With a bank account where allegedly the incentives to policemen were deposited.
I believe that was mentioned, Madam Chair.
Yes. Okay. And SOJ thereafter urged the DOJ to cooperate and assist with the Quadcom in providing all the testimonies necessary. Is that correct, Secretary Remulla?
Yes, ma'am. And in fact, we have written communication with each other on
Oh,
this
is
matter.
that so? I'm
Yes.
only aware of the Department Order 778.
No, but with the Quadcom, it was a formal turnover of documents.
I see. The former president also appeared at the Quadcom noong November. Di ba napunta din siya dyan? Further, ICC personnel also have been coming to the Philippines. Is that not correct?
I have no knowledge of that. I have no personal knowledge, ma'am.
Yes, in the transcript of the first hearing, I believe you said that you have no knowledge that, as a matter of fact, labas-pasok. Parang ganun yung sinabi nyo, labas-pasok ang mga dayuhan sa Pilipinas, di natin alam kung sino-sino na yan. Tama po ba?
Tama po.
Nasabi ba yan?
Oo, tama po yan.
Oo,
Tumpak po.
tama ba yung sinabi ninyo dati?
Opo, yun po sinabi ko.
Okay. Pwede ba natin ipakita yung binigay ng Bureau of Immigration na nagsidatingan yung ICC personnel noong October ng last year. Ang unang dumating ay isang interpreter na ang balita may koneksyon sa Pilipinas, Maya Destura Bracken, US citizen, dumating ng October 4, interpreter ng ICC. May dumating na hindi ko sigurado kung narito pa kasi ang balita umiikot dito sa iba't ibang luxury hotels. William Rosato, ang balita British siya, dumating October 15, abogado ng ICC. Hindi naman po sikreto to kasi nung hinanap ko yung mga pangalan, nandun naman at naka-LinkedIn na ICC sila. Nandito sila sa Pilipinas, yung flight details narito. Andito rin yung si Mr. Kasam, Canadian, dumating dito at siya rin ay security expert. Ganon din, dumating rin dito Mr. Kala, British, October 24, investigador. Hindi po ninyo alam to, parang natanggap ko lang to sa Bureau of Immigration, sa pagkaintindi ko nasa ilalim po ninyo.
Nung panahon na yun, ma'am, I had a gallbladder operation. So I was indisposed for around 2 weeks or 3 weeks.
October po.
October. Opo.
Pero hanggang ngayon, nandito pa raw o kaaalis lamang. Halimbawa, si Mr. William Rosato, mula October hanggang very recently yata, o baka narito pa. Nababalitaan ko umiikot dito
Wala hong nag-advise sa akin.
So,
At hindi ko naman kasi tinatanong na, sapagkat ang paniniwala ko talaga, labas-pasok lang ho talaga lang ang mga tao sa atin. At hindi naman pwedeng tanongin kung ICC sila o hindi.
Hindi naman pangkaraniwan tao to eh. Talagang ICC investigator to. So, walang pake ang DOJ, hindi kayo interesado, ICC nang pinag-uusapan.
Ano ho yan eh? Unless meron po silang naging atraso sa bansa at meron silang ginawang illegal, ay wala ho tayong magagawa. Dahil sinusubukan po nating igalang talaga ang karapatan ng lahat.
Sinasabi ninyo na ganon, subalit mukhang may proposed agenda sila para magbigay ng mga dokumento, affidavit, mga post-mortem record. Somebody clearly arranged for their accommodations and transport, hindi po ba? Alam nga naman,
hindi ko
nag-grab
ho,
car
ano eh.
yan o 3 sakay ng jeep para umabot sa batasan. Kasi sa batasan sila di ba? Alam nga naman na alam nila, mga British, mga American, nakakakuha sila ng dokumento sa mga presinto. Hindi nga namin makuha, mga senador kami.
Ano ho kasi, ang mga dayuhan po na kagaya po nila sa nationalities nila, visa-free po yan for 30 days.
Oo, alam kong visa-free, pero alam nila pumunta sa iba't ibang presinto sa Caloocan, alam nila hagilapin yung mga tao sa Batasan Hills, at higit sa lahat, tinulungan sila ng pulis para kumuha ng mga PNP documents. May alam ba kayo, General Torre, Chief Marbil?
Malamang po, kung
Bakit
kung
tinutulungan?
tatanungin niyo po ako dyan, kung may alam akong maaring tumutulong sa kanila, marahil may kilala po akong tumutulong sa kanila. Isang pari po na matagal ko ng kaibigan na tumutulong sa kanila.
Hindi, kasi ang liwa-liwanag, andito sa screen, hinihingi nila yung mga testigo, yung documentation, mga police blotter, mga ebidensya. Hindi yan binibigay sa miskisinong turistang tumatambay. Tinulungan talaga sila, di ba?
Hindi po ang DOJ ang tumutulong sa kanila.
Sino kaya tumutulong? Baka naman si Chief PNP Marbil, alam niyo kung sino tumulong. Dahil nakakuha sila Pati mga ospital, nakadali sila ng mga confidential records kung sino-sino ang DOA na dumating sa East Avenue. Sinong tumulong sa kanila para hagilapin lahat ito? Kasi hindi naman makapanipaniwala isang British, Canadian, Amerikano, nakakaikot sila, sisipot sila sa presinto, ibibigay ng pulis lahat ng dokumento.
Marami ho kasing civil society organizations na tumutulong talaga sa kanila.
Di ba yan din nga ang reklamo nila, hindi sila binibigyan ng dokumento ng pulis? Baka si Chief Marbil, may alam po ba kayo? Bakit binibigay lahat itong hinihingi?
Madam
Police
Chair,
blotter, seized evidence, radio transmissions. Naku, talaga, tactical operations na to, ang bigat Tapos yung drug operation details, total number during the time period. Yan ang hiningi nila sa Batasan Hills Tapos ibinigay naman. Ba't po nagkaganon? Kadali-dali sa kanila.
Madam Chair,
Hirap
there's,
na hirap po kami dito sa Senado kumuha ng mga ebidensya katulad niyan.
Madam Chair, during my time as a Chief of the Philippine National Police, I have no request coming from the ICC to give any information regarding this matter.
Si Executive Director Alcantara, alam po ninyo na may humihingi ng kung ano-anong papeles? ICC, nagtanong ba sila? Meron pang bank records di ba? May bank
I'm sorry,
secrecy
madam.
tayo.
I am not privy to any of these.
All these requests. Hindi nakakapagtaka kasi yung agenda na ibinigay ng ICC na pagkatagal-tagal nila rito at saka detalyado to, hindi biro-biro, Police Station 6, Batasan Hills, QC. Lahat ng blotter, seized evidence, etc. Paano nila na-pinpoint yung ICC, na-pinpoint yung Police Station 6 sa Batasan Hills? Ang galing naman po nila, kararating pa lang sila sa Pilipinas, alam na nila lahat ng lugar.
I think it's the Committee on Human Rights before the Quadcom that came out with the Station 6 reports. If I recall it right, I think it was Congressman Abante who was chairing that hearing.
Tinulungan daw sila ng Colonel Romil Avenido, tao yata ni General Torre, tama ba yun? Doon sa Batasan Hills, sa Station 6, nung QCPD daw kayo, tao ninyo, tama ba yun?
Madam Chair, in the next hearing, can we require the presence of that Colonel Abinedo?
Kasi yun ang tinuturo at yun ang nabanggit ng ICC. Kilala po ba ninyo si Colonel Romil Abenido po, General Torre?
Romil Avenido is the station commander of Police Station 1 when I was the when I was the QCPD district director, ma'am.
That's
He was
right.
transferred to Station 6.
That's right.
I'm not the district director already.
That's right. He was then transferred to Station 6. And you can't just walk into a police station and start demanding all sorts of documents. And who liaised with them? Sinong nagbantay sila sa kanila? Alam ko na may mga magagandang sasakyan sila. Paikot-ikot sila. May security pa sila. Ang balita, pulis pa nga nagbabantay. So siya rin ba yan, Chief PNP?
Madam Chair, during my time, I have no request coming from the ICC or any from. So I have no idea about it.
Sinasabi niyong during my time, kailan ba kayo naging Chief PNP?
Ma'am, April 2024.
Oo, ito October 2024, yung iba na natili rito hanggang palagay ko yung iba aalis lang o kundi narito pa. Matagal
That is,
sila, so
Madam
it's
Chair.
during your time po.
That is already during his time.
Very much your
October
time.
na yun eh.
Madam Chair, with that, I have no idea and have no request coming from the ICC po.
But sino nagbigay ng security? Na police?
Sir, I have practically no idea po, sir.
Sigurado po kayo? Kasi nakakuha rin sila ng medical records, may financial records, police records, forensic evidence. Medical records are confidential, alam naman natin lahat yan. Paano nila nakukuha lahat yan, pati CCTV? Paano nila nakuha? At very precise ang pagkakuha, ang dali-dali. Sinong tumulong sa ICC sa palagay ninyo? Wala ba kayong suspecha o alam kung sino?
Ma'am, Madam Chair, we will just investigate, but I have really no idea regarding this matter.
Si General Torre, pinuno ng CIDG. Siguro alam niya, kapag may tao na nagtatanong sa mga presinto, sa mga ospital, hindi ka ba magdududa, mga dayuhan pa man din? Hindi ka ba magtataka na patanong-tanong? Siyempre, aalamin mo, ano ba nangyayari dyan? Ba't nakikialam? Hindi mo ba naramdaman na andito na yung mga dayuhan, tanong na ng tanong, ang dami-daming hinihinging ebidensya. Sino tumulong sa kanila?
That is why, Madam Chair, I move that at certain Colonel Abenido be required to be present in the next hearing.
Ganon. At may nababalitaan kami, may Mark Diskay daw na alalay nila, tapos nasa 5-star hotel sa Raffles, at madalas sa Maidas, at doon nagtatrabaho, maraming presidential suite, sunset suite, at kung ano-ano, 5 to 6 security daw na provide ng ating kapulisan at 4 to 5 na mga tsuper na nag-i-standby. Tapos umiikot sila, may mga escort pa sila na Pilipino at ang balita ko, nagkaproblema pa sila dahil doon sa Forbes Park may umihi yata at nagalit yung mga kapitbahay. Kaya ako lang narinig to kasi mga VIP daw, kaya hindi daw pwedeng guluhin. Wala kayong nababalita ang ganyan? Yung tungkol sa pagtitipon, pagkakaladkad sa iba't ibang testigo dyan sa Maidas Hotel, may mga important individuals, mga VIP rin, na ini-interview nila 3 oras minsan. Hindi rin nyo napapansin.
Madam Chair, I have no idea regarding this matter.
May balita na si dating Senador Trillanes, may ganun din. Si Ambassador Lacanilaw, meron ba kayo alam dito? Kasi hindi rin namin alam to. May alam ba kayo kung sino ang tumulong sa ICC?
Wala ma'am, wala ma'am. Wala ho akong knowledge regarding sa ICC on their dito status nila dito o kung
So
ano.
walang may alam kung sino tumulong sa ICC. Pero tinulungan sila ng todo. At sigurado ako na may suspecha siguro tayo. Sinong tumulong sa ICC? Andyan yung NSC, laki-laki ng budget sa Intel. May Intel funds AFP, may Intel funds lahat ng PNP. Ang laki ng confidential fund, Office of the President, may NICA. Sa lahat nito, sa bilyon-bilyon na inaalat namin sa Confidential and Intelligence Fund, hindi ninyo naramdaman kailanman na nandito na yung ICC October pa na nakaraang taon. Tama po ba? Walang may alam sa anuman, sa ating DOJ, sa ating PNP, CIDG, higit sa lahat. Wala kayong nakikita kahit kinukunan na tayo ng kung ano-anong ebidensya at mga confidential papers. Wala kayong alam.
Madam Chair, for the PNP, we didn't get any request coming from ICC to help them regarding the evidence that they need.
Okay, tignan natin. Sige, let's head on. Una, may Quadcom. Ikalawa, yung Senate Blue Ribbon. Ikalawa, yung ICC mismo napunta rito. Ikatlo, meron pang Senate Blue Ribbon. Naalala nyo, napunta rito si Presidente Duterte noong October at nagtestigo. Kaya lang walang sumipot kina Garma, Leonardo at Kerwin Espinosa. Di ba? Yun yung nangyari sa Senate Blue Ribbon. Maliban doon, ikaapat, may DOJ case build-up. At naaalala ko, eto na naman yung memo natin na nagkaroon ng task force on 4 November, already alluded to by our prosecutor, to cooperate with the Quadcom. Am I citing this correctly, Prosecutor Fadulion, please?
What we have, Madam Chair, was a department order issued by the Secretary of Justice creating the task force which would look into the investigation which was being undertaken by the Quadcom at the time, and following the leads and working with the law enforcement authorities to try and come up with the possibility of reviving these old or cold cases. So yun po yung department order na nag-create noon, at binigyan po sila ng 60 araw base dun sa unang department order na nilabas para mag-submit ng kanilang initial findings.
Dumating dito yung ICC October, biglang-bigla, November 4, nagkaroon kayo ng task force. Ang ICC ba ay humingi ng tulong sa DOJ?
Wala po, categorically I will say, Madam Chair, na wala pong lumapit na taga-ICC sa amin, sa Department of Justice, para humingi ng tulong patungkol dito sa mga investigasyon na
At hindi
ginagawa
naman kayo
namin.
nag-volunteer na tulungan yung mga ICC na
Wala
narito?
po kaming maibo-volunteer kasi hindi naman po namin alam kung sinong kakausapin at wala po nakipag-ugnayan sa amin.
Kasi may ibang nagsasabi that the task force was supposed to pick up where the ICC could possibly have left off. Tama ba yun?
Hindi po. Ang sinundan po ng task force dyan, tulad po ng binanggit ko kanina, yung mga resulta ng investigasyon at impormasyon na nakuha at nakalap ng ating Quadcom Committee. So, katulad po nun, halimbawa, yung kaso ni Barayuga, so sinundan po yon base doon sa testimony nila Garma, and then meron pa hong tiningnan na ibang leads doon, at doon po sila nagsimula magtanong at kumausap ng mga testigo on their own. Wala po silang coordination with the ICC.
So, ang coordination lang ninyo, katulad ng binanggit ni Secretary Remulla kanina, yung Quadcom, yung Senate, yung binabanggit sa 778, yung CHR, at yung iba pang PNP, Witness Protection, yung iba pang ahensya ng ating pamahalaan. Tama po ba?
Tama po yan, Madam Chair.
So, sa panahong to, meron ng 3 separate bodies trying to pin down PRRD. May Quadcom, may ICC, may DOJ Task Force, may ikaapat pa, yung Senate. So, 4 na sila.
Yung DOJ task force ho was really to check on EJ case. Period. Wala ho kaming aim of pinning down PRRD. Wala ho yan. Hindi ho totoo yan.